This is a video response to the male species out in today's society that are currently doing everything in their power and authority to overcome breakups and heartbreak. Talking from past experiences, might I add. Bear with me a minute. It's going to be a tough path to follow for a lot of you, because there are bound to be relapses every time you take this up, but it does get better. And what I'm about to refer to is semen retention. One thing I've learned about semen retention is it plays a significant role within us fellas' lives, whether you want to believe it or not. Despite what the leftists and the elitists want to convince you into believing in. Oh, you must spill your seed ruthlessly to be content and happy with your life. It is bollocks. Talking from past experiences, I'm not ashamed to admit it. You know, if I can get this video out there to help, other guys, then so be it. I'll happily do just that. Spilling your seed frequently, whether it be over pornography or the mere thought, satanic thought of another woman, you are essentially killing life. And what I mean by that is life. Like, imagine it this way: if you are a relationship guy and you want to get married one day once the will of God is enforced and the hierarchy is abolished, thus putting back the patriarchy, and you happen to find a woman attractive and you want to consider raising your own biological family, when you're psychologically and ready, that is, that seed that you could have potentially kept, you could have used to reproduce life. In other words, you are spilling your DNA genetic. And what I've also learned is the frequent spilling of one seed increases estrogen levels within a man, and it lowers his testosterone. It makes him more depressed. It makes him more low in mood, frustrated, bitter, envious even, for that matter, and all of these other things. Because, like I said, within the male reproductive system, our love juice, as I'd like to call it, or if you want to get, technical, life juice, there are multi-vitamins that our body requires in order to live, not only to our estimated predicted ages within the Bible, which is 125 plus years on top of whatever age we are now. Our multivitamins within our reproductive juice, life juice, love juice, whatever you want to call it, are also vitamins that help heighten a male's testosterone, that helps eradicate depression, stress, frustration, anger, envy, jealousy, bitterness, and all of these other worldly programmed emotions. And connection with other people becomes a lot more easier. One thing I've also learnt with the frequent spilling of one seed is you heighten your anxiety levels. You heighten your paranoia levels. In other words, you become so weak by the second, by the minute, by the hour, by the day. And there is no wonder why you are the main biggest target to this satanic cult. Because the devil, a lot of the time, goes after the weaklings because they can't protect themselves. They don't have that fatherly role model to give them this advice. It doesn't matter about me. I'm as hard as nails. I can take whatever comes. And I'm most definitely going to dish it back out, folds over. The point I'm trying to make is, to you boys out there, you really need to look into this semen retention. Trust me, you're going to thank me later on. And might also add, this has been going around for, thousands of years at best. And a lot of the born-again Christians within the AD era, as you will, the existence of Jesus Christ era, they were mastering this. Many were in relationships. Some lasted a lifetime. Others were in polygamous relationships, which I would not recommend to any of you fellas out there. Although it's not condemnable, it's also frowned upon, and it is punishable, because polygamy teaches that you could sleep around with more than one woman, and that right there is greed. Also, it's gluttony. God didn't create a man to sleep with thousands of girls, hundreds of girls. He created one man to marry one woman when he is psychologically ready, spiritually ready, even financially ready, even though that's not the most important thing in the world, although it helps. The point I'm trying to make is, you boys out there are not going to last anytime soon if you are trapped and enslaved within this lustful stage of your life, where you feel it necessary to bash the bishop, spank the monkey, strangle the goose, and waste life. The only way you're going to survive, and again, it's going to be a difficult sacrifice to make, talking from past experiences. You're going to also experience relapse after relapse, but it does get better. The only way you are going to survive is by practicing semen retention. Trust me. Look into it. You will thank me later on. And let this be a life lesson. Or you could come to this big old lion and, he'll rough you up. Intellectually, that is. Spiritually, he will rough you up. Slap you around a bit. Toughen you up. If that's what you want in order to get by. As well as life-changing information, then come my way. I'll soon put you in your place, that is. I don't care who you are. I don't care how old you are. I will release my inner lion, and I will tear the degeneracy out of you to the point where you'll end up thanking me later on, after whatever it is you've done, because I would have given you some strength back at least, and that's good. So, like I said, look into this semen retention. There's article after article after article about it, And the health benefits, trust me, like I said, are out of this world. And also, might I add, before wrapping this video up, semen retention builds psychological and spiritual strength within a man. I mean, look at, in a non-idolatry manner, might I add, look at Elon Musk and all of the other big names out there and their brain power. They had to make sacrifices, you know, in order to be where they are now. You're bound to experience growing pains from time to time. You're also bound to experience weakness a lot of the time. But it's a lesson. Do you continue going down the path that you're going down, wasting your lives, thinking that, you know, this lustful stage is going to satisfy your needs and fill the void? No, it's not. You're just going to be these weak kindergarten girly boys. And again, like I said, you're not going to like me for saying this, but I highly suggest that you pick up a copy of the King James Bible and you study it relentlessly as though your souls depend on it. You have free will to make your own choices and your own decisions. That's all life comes down to, choice and decision. Just behind every bad choice and every bad decision is also a punishment, a consequence. And behind every good choice, good decision, is also a blessing / reward. And semen retention, to you young boys out there, is actually in fact one of the biggest of blessings / rewards that any of you could ever get your minds focused on. I mean, if you want to take that path, that is. But going down the path that you're going down at the minute, you're not going to last any longer than you already are. You know, you're just going to be an easy target for people to take advantage of. It is what it is. So, pull your heads from up your own arseholes. And like I said, listen to us OGs. You know, and take it from somebody that knows what he's talking about. End of discussion.